I'm sorry, darling, but I found someone I truly love and want to marry. Are you feeling sad or jealous because of that? Have you ever noticed how some people who are unkind to others seem to have unpleasant faces? It's like their once nice appearance becomes fake. When I looked at my sister, her face seemed twisted. She not only disrespects me, but also my husband. My frustration reached its peak, and I couldn't keep calm anymore. My name is Amy. I'm 27 years old and I work at a printing company. But don't picture me operating big machines there. I'm in the design team. We create flyers and catalogs for different businesses, making designs that suit our clients' needs. Even though people don't print as much these days because everything's on computers, designing stuff is still a busy and fun job. I'm grateful that I have clients who ask for my help. It feels really good when they say things like the flyer for the Christmas party was cute and everyone liked it. This job is kind of like my whole life. Maybe I'll just stay single and focus on work forever. But then one day, while I was thinking about that, my dad got sick and had to go to the hospital for appendicitis. The doctor who welcomed me there with a friendly "Hello, are you here to visit someone?" turned out to be David. Now he's my boyfriend and we're engaged. You never know when or where you'll meet someone who changes your life. Even though I always say my job is the most important thing, as soon as people start talking about marriage, I find myself buying magazines about weddings. I guess I'm more excited about it than I realized. I was sitting in the living room, sipping tea and flipping through magazines. Then suddenly, someone grabbed my magazine. "What's this? A wedding magazine? Why are you reading this stuff? It's not your concern, Sarah." It was my younger sister, Sarah, who snatched the magazine from me all of a sudden. "You're talking about marriage? Look at yourself first. You should know your place. You're dreaming about marriage when you don't even have a boyfriend. Unlike you, I've never been single. Actually, my current boyfriend is..." And then my sister started bragging about her boyfriend, even though no one had asked. That's just how she is. Unlike me, who has a plain face, she's very cute. She's always been popular, and everyone around her treats her like she's special. Apart from our parents and me, everyone seems to agree with whatever she says. Because of this, she started to believe she's the most important person in the world. As she grew more arrogant, she started to look down on me. "Don't come near me. I don't want your reflection ruining my image. Even if you study hard, you won't get good grades. Why bother? Oh, one other guy just confessed his love to me. Being this popular is tough. I bet you're jealous." She would keep going like that, boasting endlessly. Even when our parents scolded her harshly, it didn't change her personality. She kept verbally abusing me. Because of that, my younger sister now calls me. Tired of listening to my sister brag about her boyfriends, I sighed and finally said, "I do have a boyfriend. Actually, we're engaged. I'm looking at these bridal magazines because we're getting married soon." Upon hearing that, my sister froze. If she thought I was being serious, she'd see a smirk and a sarcastic smile on my face. "Oh really? So there's actually someone who likes you. I wonder what he sees in you." "He likes my cheerfulness and positivity." "That sounds like a lie. He probably sees you as nothing more than a housekeeper. I plan on continuing to work, so he understands I can't be the perfect housewife." Upon hearing that, my sister acted surprised, almost as if it was exaggerated. "Wow, you're gonna keep working even after getting married? You poor thing, you must be marrying a poor man." Her words bothered me. It seems she just can't stop looking down on me. Money isn't an issue. He's a doctor, so his income is stable. I just want to keep working. When I stood up for myself, my sister suddenly went quiet. I sighed and went back to my room. "Huh, so he's a doctor." Unbeknownst to me, my sister muttered something meaningless. The first step in discussing marriage is introducing your fiancé to your parents. So David came to my house. The atmosphere shifted dramatically the moment my sister appeared after David had finished greeting our parents. "Oh, so this is your fiancé. He's quite handsome." "Sarah, I thought you were going out." If my sister's fiancé is coming over, of course, I'd cancel my plans. I've always felt relieved when my sister wasn't around, even if it was just by chance. I had a bad feeling about it. Back when we were students, my sister stole my boyfriends multiple times. But as adults, I stopped dating, and since my sister kept having new boyfriends, those incidents stopped happening. My little sister's return made me uneasy, but she's grown up now. I want to believe she wouldn't try to steal my fiancé. Watching my sister acting friendly with my fiancé David, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease. My fiancé blushing. It might have been just my imagination, but it was my worst fear. Can we just forget about this whole marriage thing? I've decided to break up with you and start dating Sarah. Turned out to be true right on cue. I never thought that even as I got older, my sister would steal my boyfriend. Sorry, I stole your fiancé, but I couldn't help it. After all, David found me cuter and more charming. He proposed so passionately. Oh, it's a sin to be cute. My sister showed no remorse and looked down on me arrogantly. Beside her, David, my former fiancé, also laughed and said, "Honestly, I had no idea you had such a cute sister. If I had known, I wouldn't have gotten engaged to you. It's a good thing we broke up before the wedding." The instant I saw his twisted smile, any love I had for him disappeared completely. All that remained was disgust. I'm also relieved we didn't get married. A man who can move on to another woman so quickly. I'll gladly give him to you. It seems like you're feeling pretty defeated. Exactly, you never stop being unpleasant. I'm not just saying this because I lost, I genuinely mean it. It seems like they were living in their own little fantasy world, oblivious to reality. Talking to you two is pointless. Goodbye. She's just bitter. We're the ones wasting time here. We won't ever see each other again. Bye. They continued to look down on me until the end and left. After that, we never crossed paths again because our angry parents forbade it. But I later heard that they got married. But honestly, it doesn't matter to me anymore. 3 years have passed since I parted ways with my sister and her husband, and now I'm 30. I'm still working hard as ever. During this time, one of my clients, Charles, became quite fond of my work and started requesting me repeatedly. As we talked through work, somehow he asked me out for dinner. Soon, he asked me out on a date. During one of our dates, he proposed to me. Honestly, I was very happy. Charles is a genuinely sincere person. I didn't think he would ever do anything like my ex did, but it seems the incident with my sister had left quite a trauma in me. No way, but I couldn't help but wonder. That's why I decided to be honest with him about my sister and my ex-fiancé. I showed him a photo of my sister. Gauging reacted, but his expression remained unchanged as he glanced at the picture. He then looked away from the photo and gave me a gentle smile. I hate to admit it, but I used to be quite popular. I've met many cute and beautiful women, even more so than your sister. But for some reason, I never fell in love with any of them. I thought I'd remain single for the rest of my life without dating anyone. But I was wrong. What do you mean? I believe my job has given me a keen eye for people. No matter how outwardly attractive someone may be, inner beauty surpasses all. And when I met you, Amy, I realized this. What do you mean? I felt that you radiated brightness. When we talked about work, I noticed how brightly you shone. You smiled genuinely, showing how much you enjoyed our time together. Your zest for life was palpable. To me, you were dazzlingly beautiful. What? Wait, this is so embarrassing. Despite my flustered response, Charles persisted. Amy, you're beautiful, more so than anyone else. I've never encountered a woman as wonderful as you. I want us to date with the intention of marriage. Truly, I see you as. Stop, no more, it's too embarrassing. I blushed intensely, but Charles didn't stop showering me with compliments even after I agreed to date him. Gosh, this is too embarrassing. Charles and I tied the knot, and we happily began our life together as a couple. Our marriage has been smooth sailing, and I feel like we've grown even closer since our wedding day. We share household chores, pitching in whenever we can. Given that my husband lived alone for quite some time, he might even be better at housework than me. His cooking skills are top-notch, especially when I'm feeling exhausted. On our days off, we often go out together. One such day, we decided to browse furniture, as Charles had mentioned wanting to see some. And it was then that I encountered the devil from my nightmares. Oh my, I thought I saw a plain-looking woman, but it's you. As I browsed through the bedding section, a voice behind me made me freeze. I didn't need to turn around to know who it was. Even after 4 years, she was unforgettable. Sarah. It was my younger sister. Beside her stood my ex-fiancé, David. Sarah's expression seemed more hardened since the last time I saw her, whether due to age or her personality. I couldn't say. David, standing next to her, had a smirk on his face, but he appeared thinner. "What are you doing here?" "Nothing much, just checking out furniture. This place has a lot of expensive imported stuff. It's not really suited for people like you." Her condescending tone irritated me as always. David nodded in agreement. "Yeah, exactly. If someone like you comes here, it'll tarnish the shop's reputation. We don't want people thinking we cater to poor customers. You'd better leave." Their harsh words annoyed me, but it wasn't worth my time to argue with them. Though I chose to stay silent, my demeanor seemed to irk them, and my sister and her husband's voices grew louder and louder. "Oh, this is awful. A high-end store like this is being ruined. Why would someone so poor even come here? They definitely can't afford anything." "Yeah, exactly. The poor should just go away." As the commotion continued, other customers and store staff started to glance at us curiously. Feeling exasperated, I grabbed my husband's hand, intending to leave, but he didn't budge. At that moment, my sister and her husband finally noticed him. "Hey, who are you?" to her. "I'm Amy's husband." My sister's eyes widened in surprise. "What? You married this plain girl? Wow, you're brave. Did you need a maid or something? That's hilarious. I help with the household chores. It's normal since we both work." "Oh, both of you working? How sad. Your wife has to work too because you're so poor. How pathetic. Unlike you, I live comfortably as a stay-at-home wife. We eat out more than half the week because we have money. We hire housekeeping services. Sorry for being winners." My sister's tone dripped with disgust as she stretched out the ends of her sentences irritatingly. My frustration grew as she smirked at me. "Sorry for snatching such a wonderful fiancé. Thanks to me, you have to keep working even after getting married and live a poor life. And with such a boring man as your partner, you two plain folks are a perfect match. Are you jealous seeing me so happy? You must be envious, right? It's typical of you to marry a man who can't even support his wife. Keep suffering for the rest of your life, losers." I had reached my limit. I could endure her insults towards me, but I couldn't tolerate her speaking badly about my husband. "Listen here, you better stop." "Amy, it's okay." Just as I was about to retaliate, my husband stepped in front of me. "Nice to meet you. I'm Charles, your sister's husband. Even your name is lame." "Well, thank you. Since we've met, please accept my business card," my husband said, offering his card to David. As David took the business card, he glanced at my sister. "You say such harsh things about Amy. Is it because they're true? I can call an ugly woman ugly. That's just how it is. That's not a law. And to me, you're much uglier." "What? Perhaps we should discuss the ugliness of your character instead. You may be confident about your looks, but are you aware that your distorted personality, always looking down on others, is quite evident?" Despite his polite tone, his words carried a sharp edge. My sister's face gradually turned bright red. "Don't mock me. What's ugly about me?" "Everything. A truly beautiful person wouldn't be jealous of their sister and steal her fiancé, right? What do I have to be jealous of my sister for? People often get close to and want to surpass those they admire. Isn't Amy such a person for you?" "No, that's not true at all." I was taken aback. It wasn't just my husband's words, but also my sister's reaction to them. I had never considered it from that perspective before. Despite her usual disdain towards me, seeing her shaken made me start to wonder. One should simply ignore those who don't matter, those who are irrelevant. No matter who you bring around, she won't try to take him from you. After all, she didn't find him herself. Taking someone else's partner implies jealousy, resentment towards someone else getting something she couldn't have, no matter how hard she tried. So I'm not jealous. Are you trying to reassure yourself of your superiority by taking something away? Sounds like you're lacking self-confidence. A confident person wouldn't resort to such actions and could hold their head high. No, that's not. My sister desperately tried to argue against my husband's words, but her voice faltered. "Hey, you." David suddenly interrupted, his voice rising as he paled. He kept glancing between the business card and my husband, shaking my sister's shoulders. "What's going on?" This name, I thought I'd seen it before, so I looked it up. And when I did, aha, Charles Taylor. So what about it? It's the name of the hospital where I work. Huh? A hospital? Let me see. It's Taylor Medical Association. Wait, He's Dr. Taylor's son, the director and head of the hospital. What? Are you certain? It's such a common last name. It could be someone else, right? I've seen him at the hospital with the director a few times. I'm sure it's him. I didn't recognize him because I only saw him from a distance. I knew I'd seen him somewhere. If he's the son, then he must be a doctor too, right? But the name of the company on this card. The company name. Oh, not every son of a doctor has to become a doctor themselves. And this company, it's really famous in pharmaceuticals. I heard the founder is old now, and he's passed it down to his grandson. That would be me. My husband lowered his head to the two people who looked upset. What? What did you just say? I see my sister struggling to speak and David looking surprised. My husband quietly told them that he's the one taking over the company, which made them go pale. I met my wife while working at my previous job before I took over my grandfather's business. She told me about your situation, and it's even worse than I thought. My husband looked from my flustered sister to David. A job that's supposed to help people requires empathy, but instead you seem to look down on and mock them. Who would want to be treated by a doctor like that? That's not what I meant. David tried to explain, looking pale, but my husband interrupted him, his eyes glaring. No excuses. I'll inform my father about you. Prepare for the consequences. No. David collapsed, head bowed. My sister still stood in shock. We turned our backs to them and left the scene. I had a feeling we wouldn't see them again. With that thought in my heart, I walked on without looking back. So what happened next? David, my sister's husband, didn't get fired, but he got a big pay cut and lost his important job duties. His rude behavior toward others had become a habit, and he even acted cold toward patients. Naturally, everyone around him gave him icy glares. Eventually, he quit because he couldn't fit in anymore. Rumors about him quickly spread around the hospital, and it seemed he was having a hard time finding a new job and was struggling without work. And what about my sister? It turned out she was always a big spender, so no matter how much her husband earned, their life was tough. That's why David had lost so much weight. It wasn't just a normal weight loss. He was extremely thin. When David's salary got cut, my sister quickly gave up on him and seems to have divorced him. She thought she could easily find someone else if David wasn't good enough. But reality turned out differently. Both my husband and I noticed a change in my sister when we saw her again. She used to be cute when she was young, but now she looked quite harsh. Maybe her true character was finally coming out. Because of this, she wasn't popular with men anymore. Nobody wanted to date her. My parents called me to say that she came crying to their house. According to my sister, I'm so cute. Why doesn't anyone pay attention to me? She even said she had caught a good man. I have to be better than her. By her, she probably meant me. Maybe she felt like she had to outdo me according to our country's customs. Maybe she actually looked up to me. My husband said so. And it could be true. But that doesn't excuse her behavior. In the end, my parents turned my sister away, telling her she had made her own choices and needed to deal with the consequences. She disappeared into the night, and I haven't heard from her since. I doubt I'll ever hear her name brought up again. On the other hand, now that I'm free from the troubles caused by my sister and her husband, I'm enjoying peaceful days, a happy married life, and a job that I love. It's a fulfilling time for me, and soon my husband and I will be welcoming a new member to our family. As I looked at the computer screen, I gently caressed my growing belly.